Trench.
Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. This morning I've got Drew out here, and he brought his mini hoe. And what we're doing is we're hooking on to where this hydrant was at. I've had this hydrant in here about around 20 years. And Drew dug down and actually exposed the T right here. And he found out that when my guy put this in years ago, we came off the meter and he just put a cap on it. I wasn't sure if it was 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, but it was 1.5 inches. And so we were gone yesterday and Drew took off trenching. He's got a ditch witch over here. That's a good one, by the way. It's got the blade on the front where you can backfill. Of course, he's got the trencher on the back. But you can angle this thing where you can backfill your trench. And I'm telling you, folks, if you've ever done any backfilling, it's awful nice to be able to adjust this bucket up and down, sideways, and even cutting it like that at an angle. You can do all that with that ditch witch. That is a four-wheel drive, and you can tell that's a good outfit. Still got quite a bit of the teeth left on it. But he said when he came across the top of this hill yesterday, he said, "My goodness, Greg, it was hard." You got into some pretty tough trenching there yesterday, didn't you, Drew?
Yeah, it was pretty dry up here on top of the hill, but that comes with mid-Missouri.
Yep.
I'm used to it.
Well, it doesn't look like
rock up north.
I'd say you didn't get into any rock. It doesn't look
Yeah,
like.
I found a few pebbles down at the bottom of the hill, but I went right through them.
Yep.
But I mean, this stuff came up. You can see, I mean, it was so hard it came up looking like gravel. So,
yeah.
But we got through it. It was pretty easy sailing down at the bottom.
Right. Right. Once you got in that bottom, you got into a little bit more loam.
Yeah, man, it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make it all the way to the end down there?
Oh, it's a secret. You might have to walk down there and find out. I did.
Good job.
Made it all the way.
We were gone all day. Yes, I kind of felt bad. Drew started this. We weren't even around, but he's a professional, and I just wanted to highlight Drew. He's got this is his deal right here. It's Anchor City Plumbing, and he's out of Centralia. But he's traveled all the way up to North Missouri. Pretty much in Missouri, if anything's going on, you gotta, you want to run some water lines. Drew's your guy to do that. He does the right fittings. He knows how to put on fittings. That's what he does for a living. And he's getting ready to hook the Filmac. Well, he's already got the Filmac on. This is all the water pipes. So this is 1.25 inches. You can't just go down to Lowe's and buy this. This is special. This is
SDR11.
SDR11, 200 PSI. Man, that's good pipe. Drew, is there 500 foot in that roll?
Those are 500-foot rolls. Depending where you get them from, you can get them in 300-foot rolls or 100-foot rolls. You know? So if you want a coupler or a T every 300 foot, you can just get a 300-foot roll instead of cutting that in half.
Well, then you wouldn't have a splice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get 1,000-foot rolls too, but they're kind of them 500 is about all you want to handle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I saw a guy cut the bands on those the other day, and he tied that one into a four-wheeler and just took off pulling on it with a rope, and it was going off like that all the way down the trench.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried that?
You can do it. Like, you just hooked it up to the center and uncoiled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But don't you have a
what you
permit?
gotta do with that is once you start getting to the end, you got to keep
doing that,
untwisting it.
Yeah. Because you got all that twist in there when you do it that way.
Yeah. So what I found the easiest. We won't be able to do it today because I didn't bring my spool, but I got a spool that I drag on with this excavator.
Yep.
And then I roll it over. I don't roll it under, I roll it over.
Okay.
So when you roll it over, it gets all the
kinks.
Gets all the curl out
Curl
of it.
out
There
of
you
it.
go. Gets
Yeah.
all the curl.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of lays it flat. And usually I like to try and get it sitting out in the sun for a day, but
We don't have that.
Didn't have my help on this project like the last one, so it's all good though.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
But your other guy buried this line pretty deep, so I got to make this little transition slope right here.
Yeah. I know he went down. He's over 4 foot there, isn't he?
Pretty close.
Yep. Yeah.
It ain't.
Well, one of the things, folks, here in mid-Missouri, our frost-free zone is 32 inches. And I told Drew, I've buried quite a bit of this on the Judy farm, and most of ours is at around 20 to 24 inches.
Yeah.
And I've never had it freeze.
Extension website, MU Extension. They, our area, mine and your area, frost line is 20 inches.
20 inches, okay.
So if you can get 8 to 10 inches below that, usually you're always going to be, you're going to be pretty good. So
yeah,
this is you know, depending on what bump you hit out there, it's 28 to 30,
right.
30 inches. So we're right at a pretty good mark there.
Do you have those boxes of couplings? Are they still at the house?
They're up there on the trailer,
oh,
right
okay.
behind the fuel tank.
Okay, I'm gonna show people what we're gonna put in. I can talk about it, but until you see it, you can't really visualize it. These couplings we got from, they're Filmac. We got them from a Powerflex fence, and I'm telling you, these are awesome. So basically the way they work is a quick coupler right here, and put it in with one hand or not. I did. They just go in like that, and then they got a cap on them like that, and here's the male. The male plugs into that hole. It's got a spring on it. See, when I compress that, there's water coming out right there. And to release it, you just take your thumb, push on, pop, pops right out. And this is, these are called Plasson quick couplers, 3/4 inch. That's what we're running. The line itself is 1.25 inches. But these Filmacs, the way they work, let me take this off there. Hopefully I won't lose the washer. You just screw it off. You set your pipe down in there, and make sure I didn't drop the washer. Nope, washer's still in there. When you tighten this thing down, it cuts its own threads. That right there goes, it compresses that ring down into your pipe. It can't come off, and it seals it. And I had somebody say the other day they tried something like this, and they had some leaks, and I'm like, I've been using these things for 20 years. I've never had one leak, so I don't know what they did. They didn't get their, they didn't get it tight, or they had dirt, or they had unsquare cuts. I don't know, or they had maybe bad parts. I'll tell you what, I've never had one leak, and I don't miss having the brass rings. You know, the brass hose clamps. That's what we use on our 3/4, and those are a pain. This stuff's not going to rust. So you got a T, and then when we get down to the very end, here it is, right there. So when you get to the very end of your pipe, we're going to run a T out. This is the end of the pipe, where it ends down in the bottom. It's just 90, and it goes to 3/4 inch. So, I think. So anyway, that's what we're at. That's what we're up against here, and yeah, there's a coupling. So if you have two hoses, you need to fasten together, two joints. That's a joint. We got several of those. But anyway, that's what we're planning today. We've got our work cut out for us. He's already done a bunch of it. He's got the line spread. We've been using the creek down there, and this last year it got dry, or this last week, all the creek is dry. We still have a pond here, but it's kind of suspect sometimes. It's a little pond, and it just doesn't provide enough water for 350 head of cattle. So we're hooking on, this is rural waters pressurized. We had the meter here. We've had it here by this corral. And now we're just gonna extend it out into that bottom and just put a few more water points out here. That's what we're doing. And then from here, we're going over to the farm we just bought about a month ago, and we're gonna put some piping in over there as well. So that's where we're at. We're gonna get going here, and everyone have a good one, and hit that subscribe button on the way out if you would, and everyone have a great day.